We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Arizona Cardinals and the Tennessee Titans. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Coming to you, coming to you. Watch the ship. Three. Watch the ship, watch the ship. 66. Bullet high. You got tight right there. He's coming. One. 3. Watch that. Zoom, fellas, let's go.
Off play action to Henry. Here's Mariota. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Play fake to Henry. Now Mariota. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch quick. Rush in.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I'm not sure that you'd call it a trick play, but it definitely showed some imagination there. I wouldn't be surprised if they want to come back and show this play a few more times before this one is over.
Ready. Mike 39. Check Mike 39. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Let's go. Check Mike 39. Check Mike 39. What we got? Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 39. It's our time.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Murray going for the deep ball. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. This is Johnson. He's got it. That goes for 14 yards. 1st down, Cardinals.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Murray from midfield. And he completes it to Wilson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
Check, check. Walk 54. Walk 54. Stop your whining. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill. Switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Harold Landry in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming. Double up. Oh. Check 3, check 3.
Murray with a 3rd and long. Murray fighting, lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Boy, you go 3 and out on your first drive, and that's not the way you want to start this drive either. It doesn't seem like they're really into it just yet.
No, first 4 plays, you don't want to call it a disaster, but not looking very sharp. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Watch a slack, watch a slack. Watch a slack.
Mariota hands to Henry. He's going to have the first down past the 20 and all the way up to the 35-yard line. That one good for 26 and a first down. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good, backside guys,
man,
that's what you're supposed to do.
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
Play action now. Mariota airing it out deep for Smith. This is caught inside the 15. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Vincent Smith, his 11th touchdown of the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken from the 7. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 24-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Murray now to throw. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Tennessee, and it's the homestanding Titans in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Right there, 56. Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush. Check 50, check 50, check 52. 56, the mic, boys, 56. Check 56. Let's move it.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Titans get the quick strike touchdown. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Keep playing.
At their own 35-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Let's 57's right.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Murray. Wilson's got it complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
And that's why you do all the drills that you do from the quarterback position, because you're not going to just throw to your strength. The right-handed quarterback naturally will want to move to the right side to throw the football. But sometimes you've got to go left, and that's exactly what happened on that play. Forced to his left, still able to accurately throw it downfield for a completion.
Here we go. 6 yards. Watch the run. Watch the run. Check 99. Check 99.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting third down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on third and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on third down.
And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. The tackle is made by Adoree Jackson.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Tackles. Tackles. 57. Mike, 57.
From just shy of midfield, Murray. Escaping the pressure right. And incomplete.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
You're not ready. You're not ready.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. 51 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Titan football. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
First down, Titans, gain of 12.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. With the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down. Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Mariota gives to Henry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a first down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Now a play fake here on first down. Flushed out right. It's caught. Smith. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Second and 5 now. Mariota. He completes it to Henry. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 yards on that play for the Titans. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Check 37. Check 37. Alert 3. Deuce.
A first down carry for Henry. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
Second and 5 at the 5-yard line.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is right there. It's good. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 8. Then he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Murray again, 2nd and 10. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Deshaun Hand in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Throwing on 3rd and long. Murray. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Harold Landry has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. Now Mariota. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
4 down. Eyes on 81. Eyes on 81. No. Me. Mark 38.
Mariota now from the 50. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. That's complete to his receiver, Kane. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Again, it's Mariota. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Vincent Smith, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now a dump off here complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On second down, it's Johnson. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after them now.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Murray gets this one to Isabella, and that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Looking to throw again on second down. Murray. And a completion to Wilson.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
First down, Murray. Got a man, that's Trent Sherfield. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 12 yards to pick up, good enough for an Arizona first.
First down, Arizona.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Murray now on first down. Got a man, it's Tanyan complete. And he'll be brought down at what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Nashville. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Again, they'll throw with Murray. This one complete to Tanyan underneath. The Cardinal passing game dialed in now. First down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Throwing on first down is Murray. This one caught by Isabella. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Let's get off the field, G.
Murray to air it out again. And it's caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Robert Tanyan, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals cut into that lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And that will shave one more off this lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken about the 12. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Mariota on first down. Space to maneuver at the 40. He's got Smith here. The 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, Titans. Marcus Mariota with his third touchdown pass of the afternoon as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there. And often you talk about the three phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Deshaun Hand picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. On second down, here's Murray. He's got this one complete to Sherfield. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just one. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
Third down.
The Cardinals on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 15. Murray with a 3rd and long. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Dory Jackson right there, step for step in coverage. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
12 yards on the return that time, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food, because that is something that you and I enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Mariota now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Derrick Henry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Safety's creeping.
Throwing on second down. Mariota looking here for Smith downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Mariota now. being chased out left. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. First down, Titans, gain of 12.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
And to give this time to the tailback. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
That QB's trash. Let's go. 38 to Mike. And let's pin the mirror.
To throw, Mariota. Flush to his right. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. The Titans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Where are they, team? One.
Fox track. Mike 38. Mike 38. Mike 38. Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go. Out.
Where are they, team?
Now Mariota. Eluding the pressure right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Made his first. This now from 42 yards out. And his kick is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Oh, you got deep?
Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. To throw is Murray. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 19, and he'll bring this one back to the 29. Andy Isabella was the intended target.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Throwing is Mariota, escaping the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Mariota here to throw. He'll buy some time, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
Mariota will need a big play after the sack as the Titans come up 3rd and long.
Everyone, you got 4 down. Take it.
One.
Nice 7, let's go.
Three.
To throw is Mariota. Airing it out deep for Smith. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Here now, Johnny Townsend as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Kevin Byard. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major...
That's caught inside the 20. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
You said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling. That his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Titans are winners here as we say so long from Nashville.